Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Side Hustle Crafter. What we're gonna do today is take a previous craft that I made, which are these adorable fake pops. And I do have a video on how to make these, and I can link that down below for you. So today I think what we'll do is just make a little wall sign with these crafts. I wasn't too sure what to do with them, if I was gonna make them ornaments, but I kind of let them sit around for a little bit, and I figured let's just make some wall art. So let's do that today. So these are the pops. I'm just going to put these aside. And then I have these wooden signs that I got at the dollar store a long time ago. I probably purchased like 10 or so of them. They come with this little string of beads, which I think I'm probably going to remove those. And then, yeah, just this wooden sign's pretty thin, kind of cheap, but I think it'll work. So I think the first thing we're going to do is just probably take these beads off, because I think I want to put like ribbon through these holes, or maybe I'll take the beads off and paint them and then like re-string them through a piece of string and then put it back through. So here we have our sign, the wooden sign, and I'm just going to do like a little bit of white paint first, and then I think I might go over it with pink, but I want to try to just sponge it. I don't want to use a paintbrush and paint all over it. I just kind of want it to be a little bit sporadic, and I just ripped this apart. It's just a little sponge that came on a sponge brush. So I'm going to try to use this and then I'll start with the white, and then once that dries, I'll go back over it with the pink. Yeah, so some of the video I might just time lapse through, so you don't have to sit through a lot of it. But yeah, so next step, I'll get the paint and I will be right back. Okay, so here I have my paint. I'm just using white as a base, but you can use whichever colors you'd like, and I'm just going to try to start with sponging right over the whole frame. So we've put down the first layer of the white paint, and I think I'm just going to take this small paintbrush and just kind of get into these little lines right here with the white. And then I'm going to let this dry. I don't think I'm going to do a second coat, but I will be going back in with some pink, and I'll just be doing the same process, and maybe even I might do a little bit of yellow too, but we will see how it turns out. And I'm not really looking for a perfect painted background here. I do kind of want it to be a little bit, not messy, but I don't really know what the word is that I'm looking for, but I definitely don't want it to be picture perfect. So I thought we would try this. And so while I'm doing this, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of the subscribers that I have right now on my channel. I really appreciate you stopping by, watching the videos. A lot of you comment on some of my videos, and I really, really appreciate that. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the kind words. I really hope that my channel inspires you a little bit just to get your crafts out. And I know I always say this, but get your crafts out and start crafting. I think being creative can be such a great outlet, and you know, we're not here looking for perfection. We're just here looking to create and to be productive, and to be creative. So thank you again. And if you're not subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel. That would be fantastic. And then maybe just leave me a comment below. What kind of crafts are you working on right now? Are there any kind of video tutorials that I can provide, you know, to inspire you or help you along your crafting journey? So here we are with the background. So I'm gonna just let this dry, and then like I said, I'll go over with some pink. And then later, once that's dry, we're just gonna glue down these pops. and just make a little design with them and have some free wall art. Either keep it for yourself or give it away. So I will be back. Okay guys, so now that we have the white dried, the first layer down, I'm not going to do a second coat of the white. I'm just going to go in with pink and do the same thing. So I have my pink here, which is just an apple barrel matte pink color. And I've got my sponge. And I'm just going to go in and do the same process. So I'm going to dip, get a little bit off of this sponge, because I don't want too much of this. Just want like a little bit of pink. So let's see how we go here. So just lightly, oh yeah, just lightly start tapping around. Okay, so here we have, I just did a little bit of pink, and I think that looks good. I wonder if I should do a little bit of yellow too. I think I might do a little bit of yellow. So let me get my yellow paint and I will be right back. Okay, so I have just a little bit of yellow, same thing, apple barrel paint. And I'm gonna use the same, even though it's got some pink on it, it's okay. I just want a tiny bit of yellow. Okay, and I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit more pink, just a little bit on top of some of the yellow. So let's just take a look up close. So I think that's good. We got the white, the pink, and the yellow. So I am gonna let this dry for a bit. And then the next thing I want to do, so for the pops, I'm not sure that I will be able to fit all of these on here. I have 5. So I don't know if I'll be able to fit all 5 on here. What I want to do is make a little sign that I think says pop bar. So let me get my, here they are. I have these little alphabet cookie cutters. So I think what I might try to do is roll out some air dry foam clay and then just make the letters off of that. And I think I want it to say pop bar, and then I will see, you know, what I can fit around that. So I think I'll I might roll out some white, and then I might paint the clay. But I'm going to take a look at my clays and see what I have, and I will be right back. So I'm going to just move my frame to the side here and let that dry. And I have these purple and pink clays. These are from Faux. I really like this clay. I use this clay a lot. It's air dry foam clay. Faux is the brand. And these are smaller packs. These came in like a set. I think it came with like 10 packs, but these are 3.5 ounces each. And you can get that on Amazon, but I can link that below. But these are good if you are just starting out crafting and you want to try some air dry foam clay. This is a good set to grab because it just has a bunch of different colors that you can work with. And again, I do like this foam clay. I don't find that it cracks. It's very easy to work with and it's affordable. But there's also lots of other great sellers out there that do create their own air dry foam clay and sell them. You can find a lot of them on Etsy, but for the most part, I like to use Faux. I do like the texture of the clay and I like the results. So let's roll a little bit of this out and see if we can make some letters. Okay, and I know I said I might roll out white and paint it, but I decided not to because I forgot that I had these little bags that have different colors. So I just did a pretty thin layer of the pink, and I think I'm gonna go with the POP for the pink. And let's see how these work. Sometimes I'll put oil in my cookie cutters, you know, if I find the clay is a little bit sticky. This does feel a little bit sticky, so I think I might add a little bit. I just use an olive oil. I'll just show you. I just use this, so what I can do is just spray it down on a piece of paper and then just use a brush to get it inside the cookie cutter. So this is just a piece of parchment paper, so I'm going to put that down and spray a little bit of this olive oil down on the paper. Definitely don't even need that much. So here's my cookie cutter, and I'm just using just a paintbrush and just get in there with the oil. And the clay should just slide right out, but let's check it out. Hopefully I've got you guys at a good angle. Let's see how these work. I think I've only used these little letter cutters maybe 1 or 2 times. Let's see if it pops right out. Okay, not too bad. I think we'll try that. Do another P. And it looks like I've got some white on there from probably like previously using these with some white clay, but that's okay. And then let's do the O. Okay. Not too bad. Again, a little bit of cleanup on the edges needed there. I mean, these aren't great. I think I probably got them on Amazon, but they'll do the trick. If you don't want to do the clay, you can always just, you know, draw whatever words you want. If you want words on the sign, if you have a Cricut, you could just use the Cricut and do the vinyl letters. But I'm going to go with the clay, and we'll see how that looks. So I'm just going to do the letters BAR, and I'm going to do that in purple. So I'm just going to do the same exact process, but I'll just time lapse through that. Okay, so I'm going to let these dry just a little bit, and then I'm going to glue them down to the sign. And just one air dry foam clay tip. So I've got the extra that I didn't use. You want to definitely get that clay back in your bags as soon as you can, because it's air dry foam clay. The clay dries pretty quickly, and then once it dries and it hardens, it's really hard to use again. So I would say as soon as you can, just get your clay back in your bags so that you can use what's left over for your next project. Okay, so we have our letters that are dry, and I'm gonna just grab my sign and let's see where we want to put the letters. I think that's what we're gonna go with. I like the 3. I like the colors. I think if the sign, the actual wooden sign was just a little bit bigger, then sure, we could fit all 5, but yeah, I like this. And then I will just save my other 2 pops for another project, or maybe make them into ornaments. When I did make these, I didn't paint the backs of them, so maybe I can do another sign with these or something. Yeah, so let's go with that. So I'm gonna get some glues and I'll be right back. Okay, so the next part we're gonna do is just start to glue down these letters, the air dry foam clay letters. And I have this super glue, it's just from the dollar store. I'm gonna try to use that. I know Gorilla makes a really good super glue, so you could always use that, but I think this will be fine. I only have a little bit left. It's a gel. I also have the liquid too. So let's give it a shot and see how we go here. So I'm gonna use some tweezers to pick up these letters in hopes that I don't get any super glue on my fingers, because that's the worst. And I'm just gonna grab a toothpick too. So here we go. Let's see how this works out. Hopefully there's enough glue in this little tube that I have. And I'm just spreading it out with this toothpick. I'll just press it down. And then we'll keep going. Okay, you guys, I think that glue did the trick. And I should mention, these letters, I actually let them dry for a pretty long time, so they were perfectly dry when I put them on, and that's why I chose to use the super glue. I think if you cut them, you know, with the cookie cutters, and then you want to use them right away, you could probably put down like a clear school glue or tacky glue on the board and just stick them to that. Maybe add a little bit of super glue just for some, you know, added safety. But so I think this worked fine. They are on there pretty good, and I think it's looking cute. Okay, so the next step is going to be to apply our pops, and I'm just gonna go back and try to remember. I think I had green in the middle, and one was just a little bit higher. So to get these to stick, I am going to use hot glue with the hot glue gun, and I might actually add also just like a little bit of this liquid super glue just for added protection. So let's see. I think that looks good. I'll probably try to get the middle one down first. Let me just see. Yeah, my glue gun is. So I've got my glue gun. This is just a mini glue gun, mini glue sticks. And then let me get my glue ready too. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna probably put a lot of glue. Oh, I had some pink glue in there. That's all good. I love the colored glue sticks. I think I have a couple videos of making like some fake candy with the colored glue stick. All right, so let's get that down, and I'm just gonna hold it down for a couple seconds. All right, let's see. Let's go for the purple. We'll just try to do the same thing. I'm going to try to move quick. Okay. And then the last one, the pink one. Let's see if I have enough glue. The mini glue gun and the mini glue sticks, they go quick. I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with that, but you could be using it and then all of a sudden it's like gone. And then you could be in the middle of a step in a project and you have to, you know, stop and step away and grab some more sticks, and sometimes can be a pain. Okay, so there we go. We got the pop sticks all glued down and our pop bar letters. I think this looks so cute. Okay, so I have these little like fake candy decorations, these little squigglies. So I think what I want to do is maybe just add one to each corner. I think that will look kind of cute. And then I don't want to do too much. I actually thought maybe I would put some glue around the frame and then add some like sprinkles, crafting sprinkles. But I kind of think that might be too much with all the different paints and then the different colored pops. So I thought these were cute. So let's try that. Okay, I think that came out really cute, the corners. And I'm still loving the colors. Yep, and then I'm just gonna tip it. Everything's sealed up good. Nice. Okay. Okay. And I think now just the last part is going to be getting a string and putting those beads through again. I'll just show you real quick. I did dunk the beads in the pink and the white. So they have a little bit of, you can still see the base tan, just like you can on the sign itself. And then I just did a little bit of I just kind of moved them around in the pink and the white just to coat them a little bit. I have this string, this pink string. I'm hoping it's long enough. So let's see, let's string it through and see how it looks. So I'm just doing a double knot, and then I'll just start to bead through as many as I can. I still need, you know, enough room to tie it on the other side. Cool. So that looks good, and I like the pink, and I'm good with, there was only actually one more bead, so, and it just was a little bit, the paint was kind of coming off of that one. So that's gonna be the string to hold it. So cute. Okay, you guys, so that's it. I mean, that's the whole project, and I'll put a clip in here. I'm gonna hang this, so you'll be able to see it, like what it looks like hanging on a wall. But yeah, really cute, and you know, homemade, so free wall art. But I think you can, you know, you can always give this as a gift or a gift topper, or if you're selling things, if you know, have your own Shopify, or if you're on Etsy, wherever, you know, maybe something like this you might be interested in doing. Again, the dollar store had these frames, and then I have a mold. I can link the mold for these, what I use for the pops, and then plaster of Paris is the pops. The top of the pops are air dry foam clay. I just use like a cookie cutter to get a flower shape. And again, you can watch the video on how I made these. These are just crafting sprinkles. We used apple barrel paint on top of the sign, and then air dry foam clay for the letters with little cookie cutters, and then the air dry foam clay is bows. And then these are just little candy decorations. To be honest, they're just in my little collection, so I'm not really sure where I got these. Maybe Playcode. I think Playcode 3. Excuse me, Playcode 3. But, so yeah, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspires you to get your crafts out and start crafting. Hopefully you enjoyed this voiceover. Please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this craft and the video, and if there are any crafts that or tutorials that you'd like to see, just let me know. So that's it, guys. Happy crafting. Thanks for watching. Bye.